Hey guys, Mark here. As promised, I'm posting a tutorial on how to stitch the Solomon's Dragon Paracord bracelet. This kind of a stitch is specific to this bracelet and it results in quite an eye-catching stitch. To be perfectly honest, I find this stitch to be quite hard, but not because of the actual stitching process, but because of the effort that you need to put into keeping everything lined up. This gets easier once you've done a few bracelets, but it's not uncommon to redo your stitches at least on your first few attempts. So be patient and you can get quite a nice looking bracelet out of it. You're going to need a pre-tied Solomon's Dragon Paracord bracelet as well as a lacing needle and some microcord. Now exactly how much microcord you're going to need depends on the length of your bracelet, but I would recommend taking 4.5 feet on your first go just to be sure. So with that said, let's get started. Now you can see my Solomon's Dragon Paracord bracelet here. And I have also prepared a lacing needle with the microcord attached. Now the first part of our stitching is going to be covering the top parts of our loops. So we're going to cover all of these top parts. Now, as all stitching, we're going to start on the bottom where we're going to secure our standing end by basically pulling our microcord under a few sections to secure it. So something like this. And then we're going to travel to the top side. We want to start on the side that is opposite to the cobra knot. So in the loop, you could say, and we're going to cover this top part. So travel on the top and finish inside the cobra knot on your other side. So like this. We're now going to cover the second loop. So enter in the loop. And the trick I learned here is to pull up and tighten up your microcord a bit. So like this. And then travel into the cobra knot on the other side. So something like this. And then again, inside the loop. And again, I recommend pulling your cord up in order to secure it. And then again, we travel into the cobra knot on the other side. As you can see, all we're doing is covering the top side, and I highly recommend securing your cord with each pass. I'm just going to show you a few more sections, and then we're going to do the other part of our stitching. Once you have reached your other side, it is time to reverse the stitch and do the bottom parts of our loops as well. So what we're going to do is, again, we need to travel from the loop part into our cobra knot. So on the bottom side, go under and through the loop. And then travel into the cobra knot on the other side. Like this. And again, enter into the loop. And then travel into the cobra knot on the other side. And again into the loop, then into the cobra knot on the other side. So now that you know how to stitch this, you will want to keep everything lined up nicely, which requires a bit of practice, but you're going to get used to it quite fast, I think. So continue this process all the way to the top part of your bracelet, and at that point we're going to finish our stitching. So once you have reached the top side of your bracelet again, we're going to finish our stitching by again tucking in our microcord under a few sections. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it holds your cord securely in place, so I basically just weave it under a few sections. And once you've done that, you have a nice looking bracelet ready to be worn. So guys, thank you for joining me in this tutorial. As mentioned, this stitching requires some practice, but the result is well worth it. So thank you for joining me and see you next time.